You know the story, right? Genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. It's the perfect illusion. But what if I told you that beneath all that polished armor is a man who's completely haunted? What if the suit isn't about strength at all? What if it's actually a cage? This isn't the story of a hero you think you know. No, this is the story of what it really cost him.
See, this is the performance. It's the act. The ridiculously charismatic weapons dealer who can sell you global destruction and make you laugh while he does it. He's got it all under control. Or so it seems. Because what's happening behind that perfect smile is a much, much darker story.
So let's just cut right through all the noise for a second. Forget the explosions, forget the witty one-liners. There is a fundamental truth about Tony Stark that we almost always miss. The very power that makes him seem like a god on Earth, well, it comes with a price tag that would absolutely break any normal person.
And to really get the true cost, you first have to understand the myth. I mean, this incredible image that was so carefully built to protect Tony Stark, and, as we're about to see, to completely imprison him.
This is the brand, the untouchable icon, right? He invents the future, he dates supermodels, he saves the world, all before his morning coffee. We're meant to believe he's afraid of nothing. But you know what? That's the first lie.
And this is exactly where it all starts to fall apart. Seriously, what if all that charm is just a shield? What if the endless jokes are just a way to deflect? What if the man who seems to have complete control is actually being controlled by the one thing he can never, ever escape? His own trauma. That trauma, well, that's the real ghost in the machine. It's what's hiding behind the armor, what's lurking behind all the bravado. A man who isn't just haunted by his past, but by this terrifying vision of a future that he is absolutely desperate to stop from happening.
So forget the myth for a second. This is the reality. His life was just one relentless catastrophe after another. But here's the part nobody ever tells you. Most of those disasters, he created them himself. They were all born from a blueprint of trauma that was laid down when he was just a kid.
And this blueprint started so early. I mean, as a child prodigy, all he wanted was his father's approval, an approval that never really came. Then, at just 21, he's an orphan, handed a global empire he never even asked for. And then, the cave. That's the crucible where he was shattered, both physically and psychologically. And this is so key. Iron Man wasn't born from genius. He was forged in pain.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. So many people focus on his alcoholism, but that's just a symptom. It's not the real disease. His real disease is survivor's guilt, this deep, gut-wrenching belief that he keeps surviving while other people die, and that it's his job to make sure it never ever happens again. That fear, that guilt, that becomes the engine for everything he does.
This is it. This is the moment it all changes. The second his life's work becomes his life's greatest burden. He sees the real price of his own genius, and it just breaks him. And from this point on, every single decision, every new invention is just an attempt to outrun this one horrifying memory. Which, of course, leads us right to the suit. Now, the whole world sees it as his greatest invention. But the truth? It's his most perfect prison. And this just lays out the central irony of his entire life, doesn't it? The suit was supposed to protect him, but instead, it just paints a giant target on his back and on everyone he cares about. It was supposed to give him power, but instead, it just saddles him with the crushing burden of protecting the entire planet. It was meant to be his freedom, but it actually locks him in a nonstop cycle of fear. I mean, really think about that. For him, there are no days off, no vacations. The second he became Iron Man was the second he gave up the right to ever really rest again. He is always watching the sky, always waiting for the next thing to fall. His guilt just won't let him look away. This is the impossible question that he lives with every single day. And his attempts to answer it, well, this is where it gets a whole lot worse. Look, every hero fails. That's part of the deal. But Tony Stark's failures, they're on another level. They're catastrophic. They aren't just simple mistakes. They're the direct result of a traumatized man trying to force control onto a universe that is completely and utterly uncontrollable. Just look at this cycle of failure. His deep-seated fear of another alien invasion pushes him to build a suit of armor around the world. What happens? That armor, Ultron, becomes a monster. Then his failure with Ultron leads to government control, which completely fractures his new family, the Avengers.
every single time he tries to fix everything, he only ends up breaking it more. 5 years. Just let that sink in. That's how long he had to live with his ultimate failure. After Thanos snapped his fingers, Tony was left with the one thing he feared most in the entire world. He survived, while the people he loved turned to dust. He was left holding the weight of half a universe on his shoulders. And this moment, this changes everything. Because now it's not some abstract concept anymore. It's not faceless soldiers or civilians in a foreign country. It's Peter Parker, a kid, the living, breathing embodiment of his deepest fear come true right in his arms. And you better believe that haunted him for every single second of those 5 years. So, naturally, when the chance comes to fix it all, there is absolutely no question he is going to take it. But his final act, it isn't just about saving the world. It's about something far, far more personal. And this, right here, is the hidden truth of his sacrifice. The snap wasn't just an act of heroism. It was his final, desperate attempt to take control. It was the only way he could guarantee 100% that his deepest fear could never, ever happen again. It was his one perfect escape from a lifetime of being haunted. I mean, think about the tragic poetry of it all. The man spent his entire life building suits just to keep himself alive, from that very first electromagnet in his chest to the final nanotech armor. But in the end, the only thing that could truly save him from his own pain was letting go. In death, he finally found the peace that life could never give him. And that is the true cost of being Iron Man. It's not the money, it's not the time, or the physical toll. It's the weight. The impossible, crushing weight of knowing that with all the power in the world, you still can't save everyone. And the terrifying possibility that you might just be the one who dooms them all.